little bit about your experience. You're bringing back such an iconic story, such an iconic character back to life. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this is picking up the Karate Kid 30 years later or so, and to play this character again and jump back in his skin has just been a dream, you know, because, you know, he was kind of the bad guy in the first one, so it's been nice to be sort of an anti-hero. He's a little rough around the edges, but he's growing and falling forward, and a lot of people are resonating with that. And you know, and I love that he kept his 80s vibe, and you know, and the relationship with Daniel Russo and the chemistry I have with Ralph is what makes it really special. So it's been an incredible journey.
Amigos, miren con quién estoy.
Hola. No mercy.
No mercy.
Thank you. All right, brother.
To help my troubles away. And when the words she say won't do, she'll try a kiss or two. And if a kiss has failed to move me, she'll take a little time to soothe me. She's mine, mine, mine. She knows how to console me. She's mine, mine, mine. She knows how to control me. I don't want nobody talking about my baby. I never thought I'd find another who gave me more love than my own mother. She's not just another woman. She's not, no, no. She's not just another woman. She's not, no, no, no. She taught me the meaning of giving. She brought me back from the dead to the living, from a one-room dirty shack.
Yeah. All right, cool, dude. You got the coolest shirt in the whole place now. Nice to meet you.
I gotta be proud, standing out in the crowd with the odds in the game by you. Try your best to win the war. 'Cause you know that, baby, I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow your way till you know that.
Look at how far you've come now. Look at all you've done now. I'm glad I got a front row view to see all your dreams come true. I'm proud of you.
Try to be best, 'cause you're only a man, and a man's gotta learn to take it. Try to believe, though the going gets rough, that you gotta hang tough to make it.
Wanted for it. But even if it took to enjoy as many pieces as I
So nice to meet you, man. They're like, I'm almost here because we got the same birthday. Happy birthday.
It's nice to see you. What's up, man?
Yeah, so like, you can write it out to my mom, actually.
Sure, what's her name?
Mariana, M-A.
All right, buddy, here you go. Happy birthday on October 20th.
Yeah, much for everything that you did, you know, everything like that you did, you know, like everything that you made into good choices in life too, you know.
I love to hear it.
I was bad at one point too, you know, like you just did so much.
Watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow.
The crew back together. What were your first thoughts?
Well, for me, I sat down with the three writers of the show, who I heard were talking about doing a series, and they had spoken to Billy, and they said, "Hey, we have this idea for this show. It's called Cobra Kai." I was like, "Seriously?" And you're gonna be like a car salesman, really? And we're gonna redeem Johnny Lawrence, but it's really gonna be good for you too. I was like, okay. As they kept talking, and then talking about the generations and how the show was gonna flesh out and dive into the gray areas of characters, and I had just seen the movie Creed the week before, and that kind of informed how you could go into the Rocky Balboa universe but not make Rocky 7. Everything became smart, and when they started talking about Robbie as Johnny's son who trained with Daniel, and they talked about Samantha, and they talked about Miguel as the millennial Daniel LaRusso, now I started to see the universe open up, and I look way smarter than I am because I said okay, and it's awesome.
We are so glad you did. Yes. We really are. And something I had asked, I asked William and Martin a few months ago or a month ago was, what surprised you most about who your characters had become? William, you had a great answer. You're like, I didn't even have a dog.
Yeah, not even a fish. Yes, so they came to guys, Josh, John, and Hayden. Everybody know Josh, John, and Hayden by now? Yes. You know the guys, the three guys who created the show. When they pitched this to me, they first of all, it was decades later. So the farthest thing from my mind and Ralph's mind was that we ever not only would play these characters again, but could play these characters again, because it's a property of Sony Pictures, and you just don't get to do that. But these guys came with a pitch, and they already had Sony behind it. Jerry Weintraub's estate was behind it. Everybody was ready to go, and they just needed to get me and Ralph first to jump in. So we went to this Mexican restaurant in the Valley in LA, and we all sit down, and you know, Josh Heald did Hot Tub Time Machine, which I was lucky enough to do a little part in. And John and Hayden did what was their thing? Oh, the Harold and Kumar franchise and all that. So I thought it was maybe a sequel to one of those things. And then they sat down and they're like, Johnny Lawrence, Cobra Kai, da-da-da-da. And basically everything that you know about season 1, they spit-fired in about 30 minutes, including what Johnny was doing, what Daniel was doing, and then Miguel and Hawk and all the characters. So it was overwhelming. And I said at the end, I said, you know, you can't just do this, you know. So there was like this little part of Johnny inside of me that was jumping up inside. But we both stepped into it really cautiously because we really protective of the Karate Kid and what that means to everybody, what it means to us. And but we felt like it was the right guys. And at the end of that meeting, they said, are you in? And I said, well, there was nothing on paper, there was nothing to read, it was just the pitch. And I did in season 2. So, you know, like I said earlier, like, you know, time changes things, and so Johnny's kind of a different guy. But the one thing about him was, Johnny was easy to tap into because he's in my heart, and it's like Johnny always wears his heart on his sleeve, even if no matter what. He may be wrong, he may say something politically incorrect, but his intentions are never bad. His intentions are misguided sometimes. Maybe he's out of step or out of touch, but his heart is, you know, I would say pure, but pretty pure in that sense, you know. But he was built through his circumstances to be a certain way. He's a brawler. He was raised by this guy who was trained, you know, this insane kind of no mercy karate, and he was a victim of Vietnam, and he was a victim of those days, you know. And so he passed down his broken information to me, who's passing down my broken information. That's how life goes. And, you know, and you hopefully can, change that and fall forward. So I think for all of us in the characters, as we were finding where we were broken and set back, but each person was trying to push forward, and the writing helped that to bring it to a closure at the end of season 6, where everybody kind of came full circle, and we all went on that journey. We went on that journey as actors, and you guys went on it as fans, and we share that together, and it's really super cool.